بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today let's address an issue which is the most important in the learning process, especially for a kid. So what it is the reception class. So the most important in learning is to have a solid foundation. Just as we learn any subject, we have to learn the Arabic alphabet, and the reception class has to be passed properly in order to progress in an efficient way. Otherwise, we will end up reciting the Quran al-Kareem in a very difficult manner with difficulties. So basically, people are going to the makatib, they're going to the maktab, they're going to the teachers, and they are studying Al-Qa'idatul Nuraniya, or they have several books. Each one has different methodologies, everything has the pros, everything has their cons as well. However, we need to understand, we need to select the best for our own children in order for them to flourish in a very efficient and beautiful manner, inshallah ta'ala. So, for example, when we put our kid to a madrasa, we need to understand and we need to make sure, we need to inquire from that madrasa or from the other people that know this madrasa, how is the reception class? So how is the teacher that teaches that reception class? Is it good enough or not? So what do we need to know? We need to know who is the teacher of that reception class, and we need to make sure he's of the best quality teacher that we can have. Therefore, after that, the student will inshallah have a very strong foundation, and then will progress very efficiently with the other classes. What we find is that in many makatib, the reception class is not taught in a very strong manner. It's not very solid. Therefore, when the child moves up to the next and next class, what do? The teacher needs to correct what the previous teacher did not do properly, if that makes sense. So basically, it's always about correcting the previous class. So in terms of progression, the child will take a lot of time, and unless he does some extra studies afterwards to rectify his Quran al-Kareem properly, then only he will be achieving a level. Otherwise, if he remains with the maktab level, then generally, in most cases, then it's not going to be a very good and valid recital. Basically, you will still have a lot of mistakes. So this is very important, and this is a golden piece of advice for every single parent that sends their children to makatib. Number two, the parents shouldn't look at the finance perspective. Okay, it's not about paying, for example, in the UK, £6, £7 or £8 a week for the child. Remember, in one class you will have approximately 20 students. So how can the teacher in 2 hours focus on 20 students, including your child, and teach every single one properly? It's not possible. He has to go through a system, and those kids who have less capacity will not be able to catch up with the rest who have, for example, a better understanding or learning facilities. For example, some people learn very easily, some people take more time, some people we have to adapt another method. So basically, there is another thing where the parents can do, is they can actually send their child private and pay the price. Because end of the day, the result will be there, inshallah ta'ala, as long as you find a competent teacher that teaches your child properly. Just as in any subject, you will send to tuitions of math, tuitions of English, etc. And we don't mind as parents to pay up to £30 an hour. When it comes to the Quran al-Kareem, it is unfortunate, but it's facts. People are not ready to spend on their own children. So we need to understand, if we want our child to succeed and to have a better chance and to have a better recital in the field of Quran and Qira'ah and Tajweed, of course, then we need to understand what to do. Sometimes the makatib are not enough, and on top of that, it's not only their fault. Number three is the support of parents. Everything works in a triangular form. Okay, so what is that triangle? Is the child makes his effort, the ustad, the teacher makes his effort, and of course the parents has to be in accordance with the teacher, and then working together, these three dots will join and will actually make a successful learning. If any of these three are not good or are not efficient enough, then there will be some problems in the recital of the child. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the understanding of the importance of reception class, and make us understand what we need to do, what are the steps to take for our children to have a better future in terms of Quran recital, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.